Hi, I'm Debbie, and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today we're reading for March 19th, 20th, and 21st. So that's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, I'm using my two Radley Valentine decks. I will use my Angel Tarot cards for the main message. I will pull one from my Archangel Power Tarot cards. I'll also pull one from my Emily Anderson Crystal deck. Now, I've prayed, meditated, and infused all the decks with Reiki energy. Just remember, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest, okay? I'm an intuitive channeler. I open myself to higher power. My job is just deliver the message to whoever out there may need to receive it. Now, a couple of things is that I'm sorry these videos are late. I had some computer problems earlier in the week. And the good thing though was, that my husband said, basically, I think it was last week, said, I think you need to have a new computer. So this week when I was having my problems, he just was working really hard to get the computer updated, or I should say, put together, because it's a new computer. And I had to then download all the software, and now we will see if everything is working the way it needs to go. Okay, so that's one thing. The other is that we're going to have, yes, you're going to have a busy weekend. I will be getting out my Aries readings. Aries season starts the 20th, which is Saturday, and it will start at 5:37 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, along with that, and I think it's like within the same minute, 5:38 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. For the Northern Hemisphere, the spring solstice or equinox occurs. For the Southern Hemisphere, I guess that would be the fall or autumn equinox. That is where light and day are equally matched. And as the Northern goes into more and more of the spring, then there will be more light, then there is the darkness, and conversely, just the opposite for the people in the Southern Hemisphere. Now, I do feel that there's going to be some major changes because remember, Aries is the beginning of the astrological year. And we have all been feeling, so many of people on my comments, and I'm so sorry I wasn't able to get to the comments. As I've said before, I can read them on my phone, but my phone is older technology. It's not a flip phone, but it is older, so it's a little harder to answer. So I wait till my computer is working to do that. I do read them though. So with this though, where was I going? Anyway, more and more of you have been feeling the energy shifting. There's been more and more, picking up signs, intuitiveness, whatever, that things are changing. Again, I feel, remember, well, this isn't I feel, this is more factual. Pisces is the end of the astrological year, and we are ending that astrological year. So let us bring this new astrological year in with a higher vibration. Just as I'm saying, whenever we have major changes, it's up to us to counter some of those lower vibrations by bringing ours higher. Okay? Okay. So let's get started with the readings. Let's hope my editing program that I downloaded works. Hello, my Libras. How are my sweet Libras doing? I feel like you've had some ups and downs, or at least recently, and just kind of, your scales aren't quite as balanced, and that makes you feel a little uncomfortable. But we are entering into Aries season, and I think Aries is going to have a lot of people take more control over their lives. I'm feeling that a lot for my Libras. So let's see what we have for my Libras. Here we are. 1, 2, 3. Remember, 3 cards. They're all face down. The first one's reversed, so that has some strong energy. Let's see what we have for you. First card is life experience. Okay. There comes a time in our lives, my Libras, where we look at where we're at and we're saying, is this where we want to be? Many times we say, yes, this is where we want to be. And those are the times that we can say, okay, things are balancing out. Things are what they need to be. Sometimes that life feels a little out of balance, and you need to have that balance. You like that balance. So life experience is kind of that time where you look to things look at your life, and it's about evaluation. It's about what is it that we want to do. Now, I talk about, there's a lot of anecdotal evidence for reincarnation. I'm not testing this theory, okay? But there's a lot of, and like I said, anecdotal information. All I can tell you is that this is the only Debbie that has lived through my experiences that I will be. So sometimes you need to look and say, what is it that's going to make me happy? What is my purpose? What's my divine purpose? A lot of times that has to happen. I left a corporate world, even though I am a nurse, but it was a corporate world to do what I am doing now. So it's kind of, these are these decisions. This is that evaluation. I'm kind of getting this for you, my Libras. I think it's long overdue. Okay? It doesn't mean that you have to break up a relationship. It just means, what is it that you want to work towards? Where do you want to be going? Okay? And remember, relationships, work, job, career, personal, intimate, interpersonal, family, or home. That's kind of the general gist. Okay, so life experience is Archangel Chamuel. Now, it's a 1 and a 6. It's a 16. So 1s have new beginnings, or you can look at it as a 10, transition. 6 is the number of man. It's what you can create. Okay? And this is a significant life event, a powerful revelation that leads to change. Time to spread your wings. So there's a lot of introspection here, but there's a lot of growth here. And remember, growth, healing, growth is not necessarily easy. I'll go along with my pain analogy, that, pain or healing, I should say, healing is not always easy. Growth and healing, there can be painful changes. And sometimes when we look at our lives, we can look and say, well, this is, not where I want to be, or I want to be, maybe I'm not growing to where I want to be. Okay? So this is about looking at that and then deciding on your path. Now, if you're my age, I'm 64, going to be 65, and if I wanted to become an astronaut, you know what? I should have made that decision way back when. So my decisions will be based upon where I am now. Okay? Okay. So next card is the Ace of Water. Water energy is Pisces, Scorpio. It's also Cancer. It's fluid. It's very emotional. It's also very spiritual. Aces have that new beginnings. The aces are 1s. And there is kind of this new path. There's a different path. Again, it goes along with where where do you want to go? What do you want to do? Where is it that you think you might find some happiness? Now, these are choices. These are always our choices. And we may make a mistake in our path. That's something that's very hard for my Libras to accept. Nobody likes to make a mistake. Nobody does. No, I don't like to make a mistake. No one likes that at all. And we sure as heck don't want anyone to know about our mistakes. But that's our own insecurities. And are we going to let our insecurities stop us from possibly making a mistake? Who needed that one? Okay, I feel this is very specific for somebody. Here we go. Falling in love, or the resurgence of a relationship, spiritual growth, and enhanced intuition, a new home. I mean, these two can work hand in hand with each other too. So maybe there's some sort of a new relationship you're going into. Maybe you're a little bit gun shy with it, a little bit hesitant with it, and you're still considering it. Okay, next card here. 7 of Water. So 7s is a divine number. It's also it's like I call it the spiritual umbrella, the divine umbrella. It's kind of like you do what you need to do, but then you need to reach out to higher power, guardian angel, your spirit guide, voice of the universe, your divine. Many times, that's through prayer, meditation, and then they send you an archangel to help you out with these things. But this is kind of like there's some thought processes here. There's some decisions to make. There's this, there's a little bit of, whenever you come to this point, it's because there's a little bit of discontentment in where you're at, and you want to look at your options. And then the thing is, for my Libras, is that if you decide to say, you know what, I'm okay where I'm at, that takes some of that discontentment out, because it's a choice that you have made, and it's not necessarily something that you feel you were pressured into. Anyway, okay. A complex decision, the need to do research. Stop procrastinating because the water is flowing. The water is flowing. Yes. So, this is, we're ending Pisces. We're ending the astrological year, but we're also starting Aries. The water is flowing. It's moving. It's moving forward here. Okay, we've got a couple of cards that just didn't want to shuffle. These are both reversed. Let's see what they are. 10 of Raphael. Again, this is water energy. Water energy. We have a 10, transitional energy. Breaks it down back to a 1, new beginnings. And this is, this is that, a part of this is wanting more. Part of this is also maybe looking at your life and saying, hey, you know what? I'm in a pretty good place too. But there's, again, total reflections here, total trying to get some balance, regaining some of your balance. And, so I'm kind of going with, this is what I want. Is this what I have? Okay. So love and blessings fill your life. This is lovely. Harmonious relationships with family members, happily ever after. So is this because of these? This could be, there could be some Libras that maybe you're getting married, maybe you're starting a new relationship, you're moving in. So, this could be a very positive, but again, there's going to be a lot of reflection, a lot of, I have to do this. There's a lot of emotional commitment with all of this, emotional energy with this, but again, there's the reflection. Here we go. Reversed. King of Michael. Well, that's your reflection. That's you thinking things through. So there's the emotional pull, the emotional draw, things are changing on me. Maybe I want to make the change. Hey, I've got to really think things through. Now, King's underlying energy is air. Michael is air. Air energy is Libra. It's also Aquarius. It is also Gemini energy. It is thought process. It could be about hearing news. But usually it's thinking things through, strategic thinking things without necessarily the emotions. And you've got a lot of emotion here. I would also, my Libras, check my charts. You can go on Google or go on the internet, search for birth chart, how to find my birth chart. They're out there, to see how much water you do have in your chart. And, that'll actually, kind of see where your balance is. But the King of Michael is, like I said, air energy. The King of Air, the King of Swords, is the oldest card in the traditional, or is the oldest energy in the traditional tarot. Has seen a lot, been through a lot, thinks things through, doesn't necessarily jump, but yet at the same time, you've got other energies that say, hey, maybe you don't need to stay where you're at either. So this is, again, this is a weekend of reflection, and with that reflection, decisions, choices, and, maybe there's going to be some major change in that emotional type of relationship. Anyway, wisdom and objectivity are important now. Stay in your integrity, a situation that calls for honest and open communication. Many times people look at it as, is this my intuition? But intuition can get confused with with what is your wishful thinking. Okay. So let's see what we have, what energy or crystal could be helpful for my Libras. Here we go. There's a lot of water here. There's a lot of emotional, it could be emotional upheaval too. So here we go. Not reversed. Peridot. I like Peridot. I don't have it, but Peridot is well-being, attracting money. It's a good luck charm, healing heartbreak. So interesting with that, because maybe that's the thing. Maybe it's time to let something go and to move forward. Again, Pisces is ending the year, and a lot of times that means, so maybe this is Friday that you're ending things, and that means you're picking yourself up and getting started again. Okay? Okay. Interesting stuff for you, my Libras. I love you all. So thank you so much for all your support. Please remember the like button, like, share, subscribe. It helps. As always, my Libras, know that you are loved. Stay shining. and be blessed. Bye-bye.